Okay, so we're loaded, we're ready. Here we go. This is RPL F1. We are in for round 18. We are at Circuit of the Americas as we have 3 rounds left to go, and the championship is getting more and more heated. The constructors have been decided last week in Japan, but the Drivers' Championship is still up for grabs. So, who will make the strike? Who will do well? We will find out shortly. Welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. I am Titan Ironwolf here, and like I said, last week was a mashup. We had everything. We had hard racing, we had safety cars, we had end of race drama and controversy. Hit everyone. Literally, last week, the last lap, NRX Flynn, on point to possibly win the race, crashes on the final lap just before the figure 8 little bridge on the final lap, and he wound up leaving RPL because of it, and other reasons. So, the race was, now, per the race results, Cryptic was the winner, Luke second, and Square was third. But, because of timing glitches, Scyther was declared the winner. Cryptic is second, and Luke is third. So, in the Drivers' Championship, even though I don't have it with me, but this is what we got. The top 5 separated by 20 points. Luke is leading with 173. Scyther in second with 167. Joe, who is not here tonight, will lose some ground. He is third with 165. And TB is sitting in third with 153. Constructors have been decided. Red Bull are the champions. Second straight championship for them. They have 517. McLaren sitting second with 366. Mercedes sitting third with 292, as we just saw Stenner wreck out on the penultimate corner here. So, why don't we actually take a look and see who is here tonight? So, as everyone's getting some laps set up, and we have rain on the grid. This is why everyone was flying out of the track, to get at least a lap in before the rain played a factor here. So, we have, I'm not sure what's going on with... apparently Stenner's got a glitch, but anyways, he is in the Alpine. We have Leighton in the Mercedes, DPT Alfie in the Haas, J&T in the Alfa Romeo, Paulo De Chiller in the Ferraris, Maxwell in the saddle for Mercedes. Oh. Well, rain on the camera, screw that up. Anyways, newcomer Brad 3C in the Williams, Owen loaned to Williams, Ads in the McLaren, Red Fire in the Aston, Scyther in the Red Bull, as Luke sets the prominent time, 37.1 in the AlphaTauri, Paulo 36.9, Depth Knights, another newcomer in the Aston Martin, Sam Steed in the other Alpha, Egg in the other Alpine, Dasher in the other Haas. He is actually going to be in Ferrari Tier 2 next season. Bourbon in the other AlphaTauri, and Jack in the last Red Bull. But anyways, as everyone was managing to set laps, Paul got fastest of the group, 36.9. Luke 37-1, and look at all these 37. You got, and look at this bunch of 38s, starting with the top one, Scyther, 33-0, and it goes all the way to Death Knights with only a 38-7. Now these guys were setting times on the track. We're setting, at least getting some times onto the track, but unfortunately, they need to get this done before the track is deemed too wet. 4 laps to get done, and unfortunately 4 are in that set, and DRS is now disabled, which means the track is too wet. So that is now not good in this sense, because Stenner, J&T, Maxwell, and Red have not set a lap, which means no matter what they do, they're out. They will be out of they are going to be knocked out of Q1, and Sam Steed will join them. So you can see J&T just limping around in turn number 16. No, it's turn 17, I'm sorry. Now making his way through 18. And yeah, he is. I mean, he'll get clear of his teammate, but I mean, literally, there's nothing that can be done. I mean, literally, both Alfa Romeos. The Alpine of Stenner, the Mercedes of Maxwell, and the Aston of Red Fire, they're out of Q1. So, crazily enough, literally, the 2 slowest teams, Owen, Brad, Dasher, Alfie, for the Williams and Haas teams, they get both their cars into Q2. I don't think we've ever seen that happen before. So, anyways, as lots of people are ending their time because they are not going to be able to get a time in. Looks like Stenner. Actually, maybe Stenner could possibly answer. No, he doesn't. Well, he's in the pits now, so. Oh, Stenner. Yeah, Stenner. Okay, well, Stenner is glitched. And, yeah, Stenner's glitched because he's going backwards down the pit lane. Red is out on the inters. And well, I mean, unfortunately, you ain't gonna get a decent lap, man, because literally, top 5 have retired, 8 and 9th have retired, 11th through 14th have retired. You guys ain't gonna get a lap. I mean, you'll get a lap, but you ain't gonna get a time that's good enough. So, literally, both Williams and both Haas into Q2. Like I said, I've never seen both Williams get into Q2 before. I've seen only one get into Q2. Haas, though, I think it was either Season 1 or Season 2 was the last time we ever saw both Haas in Q3. I think, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong in that aspect. trying to locate it, but so far, yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky to find. So bear with me on this moment. So. Let's see. Oh, not there. Not that one. Oh, not that one either. Yeah, I can't locate it. Well, I don't think Haas ever got there. In truth. Oh well. We moved. So, yeah, Redfire did set a time, but it's only good enough for P16, so at least these back guys, they're going to try to get a time so they can at least get themselves onto the board, at least. So, let's get off that camera. But literally, in that sense, so. Anyway, so looks like with this back group, it's I mean, I'm not sure why Owen's out on track. He's got at least a 2-second buffer between him and Stenner, so he's okay for now. But we know Maxwell, unfortunately, is going to be. Well, looks like Scyther's gonna try a little encouragement. He said Maxwell sets a lap he can get into Q2. A 43.5 is doable on inters. So looks like he's gonna be taking the advice, and let's see what happens. Can Maxwell actually do that? I'll just say this. If Maxwell gets into Q2 from an interlap, I don't even know what I would do. Not yet. You know what? If he gets into Q2, I'll shave my eyebrows off. I'll shave my eyebrows off. If Maxwell gets into Q2. Well, Sam is wrecked. Or did he just go over and just walk out? Well, he was right there. Let me check the race director. Did he get terminal damage or did he not? If he didn't, then... Oh, yeah, he did. Okay. He did. So Sam will be starting dead last. J&T might be P19. But let's go with Maxwell here. No, when you're not safe. Oh, this ought to be good. This should be good. And J&T retires on track. So that's going to be a penalty coming his way. Well, let's see if it's doable. So, literally, a 43.513 is the time to beat. Maxwell gets a slightly loose. Coming out of hairpins. Can he do it? Oh my god, am I really gonna be doing it? Am I really going to? I mean, it's gonna look really close. Oh, he just abandoned. He abandoned the lap. I think he's gonna try again. Yeah, he's gonna try again. I mean, technically P19, so Sam Steed is gonna be the bottom of the pile. He's got just one chance to do it. I mean, Owen's. You think from what Luke said in the chat, Owen is getting pretty mad over it, and is actually just being, apparently, I guess from the sound of it, I guess he's being loud and annoying to throw Maxwell off his game. This is going to be interesting. Well, let's see. Cypher and Paul got saying he's not going to do it. He's not going to be able to do it. Well, let's see what happens. Well, he's going to really have to fire it on. There's a little wheel spin out of that second hairpin. I don't think he's gonna do it. Out of penultimate corner. Nah, he's not gonna do it. He is not gonna make it. Misses by 0.8. So Maxwell out of Q1. Stenner joins him Q2. Stenner joins him P17. Here comes Red Fire. He's 18th. J&T is 19th. Sam Steed in 20th. We'll see what's red. We'll see about red. It's gonna be in the 40. Yeah, 18th. Oh. Interestingly, Paul got on top in Q1, Luke second, and Leighton in third. And we say goodbye to the Alfa Romeos of Sam and J&T, Red Fire in the Aston, Stenner in the Alpine, and Maxwell in the other Mercedes. We'll see what happens. so as these guys come out, and looks like, is it wet? Nope, no, not wet enough for Wes. But we have quite a few guys out and about on the track, and looks like our first one is DPT Alfie. Now let's see, DPT Alfie. If it is the same Alfie, Alfie J07, if it is that same Alfie. He's raced a few times before, a couple times before in F1. Raced a few times in F1 Tier 2 last season. Was actually really good in a Ferrari. I will admit that. I'm hoping that is the same. I'm hoping that's the same. I will admit, that would be nice if it is the same one. But anyways, that Haas, he's getting really loose. Like, some of these guys are getting pretty loose. But, let's see, yeah, so, yeah, so Haas's record in this game was P12, set twice in RPL, once by Owen in Belgium, and another time by Zakaria a couple weeks ago in Singapore. But Haas's record overall, best starting position a Haas car has ever gotten, 5th place, and that was done twice in Season 1 by the guy that's leading the championship, Luke. Now, Williams, what was their best starting grid this game? I think it's somewhere in Q2. I believe that's somewhere in Q2. That's their best for this game. But overall, the best record they had was actually Z-Tex in either Season 3 or Season 4, where he put the Williams P8 in Japan. God, I hate scrolling through this shit to find it. 14. Well, as these guys are filing in their times here, Scyther on point, 43.6, Jack 44.7, 43.7, sorry. Luke 45.0, TB 45.4, Egg 46.2. Okay, so currently so far it looks like at the moment the record for Williams let's see, trying to find it. More times come in, adds 44.5, Paul got 44.6, Owen 47.7. Comes Alfie around the last couple corners, gets really loose, but still keeps it together and is actually still having the lap count. Only at 47.2. Leighton now coming across. It's only a 45.0. Who's next across? Is it Bourbon? And Bourbon's up next. A little slippy. A little slip and slide. Fourth fastest. 44.7. Just ahead of Paula. Now, Bourbon, by the way, next season, full-time in Red Bull. Teaming with... Is he full-time teaming? Yeah, full-time. He's full-time in Red Bull, teaming with Scyther. So that'll be interesting, to say the least. So currently, the record for this game, for Williams, is P13, done by Term a few weeks ago in Singapore. So let's see, as everyone's filing in some more times. Let's see. Only 2 yet to set some laps. Is Brad, as Jack goes fastest on the board now. 43.4. Where is Dasher? Oh, meeting TB. Oh, no, nope, not TB. That's Adzy's met. Brad's having to restart his time. Under 7 minutes to go in Q2. So currently, DPT Alfie right now is going to be the 3rd driver to tie the Haas record for this game. It looks like we had trouble in turn 1. That is Depth Knights, I think. Is it? No. Who is that in trouble? Oh, it's Luke. Maybe not. No, Luke was just slow and letting guys through. Luke was just being was just slow to let the guys behind through. That's why. But anyways, Brad just invalidated it again, so he's gonna have to try again. Dasher now working his magic. Dasher, as I just mentioned a little bit ago, is going to be in Ferrari Tier 2 next season. He is going to be partnered. He's getting partnered with DPT Alfie. So DPT Alfie and Dasher in Haas tonight, getting the grasp to possibly work together in Ferrari next season in F1 Tier 2. Now Owen, by the way, is actually racing next season. He is going to be in Prima for F2 and is going to be in Alfa Romeo for F1. So that's going to be very interesting. Owen returning back full-time for F1, I believe. Let's see. Well, he was in Ferrari for season 1, and let's see. What else was he? What other teams was he in? I think he was in AlphaTauri for season 4 as Dasher, 13th fastest, 47.4. Man, figuring out Owen's history is hard. It's gonna give me a headache. gonna give me a headache figuring it out. But Leighton, by the way, now Leighton, let's see. In Leighton's case, by the way, Leighton is going to be the new team principal of Mercedes Academy, and he is actually not signed to any drive next season. So we'll have to see what happens there. Jack, who's currently on an AtLab, is going to be in F1 full-time. Is going to be in F1 full-time, racing in AlphaTauri. And he is going to be in Carlin for F2 next season. Scyther, we already noted, he's going to be in Red Bull next season. Paulo in Ferrari. A teammate has yet to be decided on his part. FRA ads not signed yet next season. Bourbon, we already mentioned on that. TB re-signed to McLaren for next season. Going to be paired with QBR20 Nico. Luke, one thing we ought to know, Luke is actually not racing next season. So, the three-time defending champion, maybe possibly being a four-time champion, not racing next season. Come new game. The Chiller is going to be in next season. He was actually tossed out of Ferrari because of his frequent poor performances. But the Chiller got new hope. He is going to be in Mercedes next season. RPL Egg, by the way, going to Red Bull. He'll be going to AlphaTauri for F1, and will be in High Tech for F2. Owen we already mentioned, and Dasher we already mentioned. A couple of the guys that are not in next season, that aren't in Q1, got knocked out in Q1. I can't speak. Redfire, who qualified P18, he is going to be in Williams next season for F1. JNT, who's P19 in the Alfa Romeo, in F1 Tier 2, he'll be in Alpine. Now Brad's 3C, by the way, he is in Dams next season for F2. And Maxwell, by the way, Maxwell, the big one, he is going to be moving to Haas next season. And the last guy, Sam Steed, P20, he is going to be in Alfa Romeo for Tier 2. And speaking about, since I'm mentioning so much about next season, as Luke, he's going to be coming across the line. He improve. Yes, he does. P4. Next up is Leighton. And Leighton has wrecked on the main straight. That will knock him out of Q2. There goes Brad's across the line. And it's 47-6, so he'll be dead last. Egg crosses, he's P11. Egg is knocked out. The Chiller P4. Here comes... let's see, who's next across? That's Bourbon, P7. Next up is going to be Paulo. Very strong in Q1, courtesy of jumping out to get ahead because of the rain. Here he comes across the line, and he goes P3. Very nice showing from Paulo there. Ads not going to make out of it, but if he didn't validate his time, 44.2, that would have put him P5. That would have put him P5 had he not invalidated. Let's see. Next is going to be Owen. No, he's off to the pits, so that's no good for him. So Owen's going to be knocked out. Here comes TB now. He's got Scyther in tow. And it is TB. Oh, glitched there. Goes P6. And Scyther, no good there. Death Knights just puts the Aston Martin in Q3. And there goes Dasher. Oh, save it, buddy. Oh, woo. Damn, Dasher. Dasher just pulls off an epic save. I think we just keep seeing these saves every week. We've seen Scyther save it 2 times in a row, and now Dasher does a nice save. So Scyther on point, and we say goodbye to 6 drivers in Q2. We say goodbye to both Williams of Owen and Brad, DBT Alfie and Dasher and Haas, Egg and Williams, and because of his wreck, Leighton is out as well. So Leighton will be starting in P10 from the race. So we obviously know Red Bull will be 1-2 for this event, but the question is, which Red Bull will be pole? Place your bets now. So now we're in Q3, but by looks of it, we have overcast. I do not see rain on the track, so which one will be coming out first? And looks like it's going to be TB. TB is going to be out first. Looks like a couple drops. Looks like a couple drops on TB's part. TB taking a little chance. See if maybe the track is dry enough for a dry lap. It's a little rain. So TB being the guinea pig to see if he'll do it. TV just says, why am I the only person on track? And decides to just responds, because it's wet. Oh, TB. All by his lonesome on the track. So the question is the track really too wet? Or did TB take a right time to do it? Well, we'll have to see what happens here. Looks like depth is going to be coming out now. Yeah, depth is out on track. I mean, depth is doing pretty good. First ever race in RPL, and he's already gotten into Q3 in an Aston Martin. And TB, I think, went too far wide. Oh, never mind. Just a glitch. Things are glitching as always. Go figure. Never mind. But TB out for his first lap. Let's see what he is capable of. Is the track really too wet? And depth currently going through the 2 hairpins at the start of Sector 3. And Jack has also come out on track now too. He's just entering the first DRS detection zone. And turn 11, I believe that is. Yes, it is turn 11. As these guys are roaring their way through, and TB will set the benchmark as he comes around the final corner, turn 20, as he comes across the line, and start up. Well, is it gonna show? I guess we have a massive timing glitch, because apparently TB is still going on a timed lap. Oh no, he did invalidate again. Okay, never mind. Okay, so... Well. Alright. I thought there was timing glitches all over the frickin' place. Well, Jackson validated too, so he's gonna try again. But anyways, so it looks like Depth is gonna be the one to set a lap. I thought there was timing glitches because when I went to TB8 after he crossed the line, he was only a minute 20 in, and the time was still going up for him. But anyways, here comes Depth around the final corner, and he is going to be meeting a Red Bull, and he sets the benchmark 33.4. So, as he moves over out of the way to let the Alpha Tauri through. Ads is up, I think. Is Ads up next? No, TB is up. Yeah, TB's there, but he's bailed. Jack is gonna bail, probably. Yes, he is. So that means Bourbon will be next. So TB and Bourbon. So TB and Jack are restarting. I have to try again after invalidations. But anyways, here comes Bourbon now. He comes around the final corner. And it's much higher, 31.9. And Ads answers, also 31.9, 200th up. And Polygod invalidates. And he would have just missed out. Scyther puts a pole with a 31.0. Now Luke comes across the line. Well, it was a 32.0 to put him P4, but invalidation. And the Chiller, 32.1. multiple people are retrying. We only have 5 out of 9 that set a lap, 4 yet to set a lap, but there's only 3 minutes to go in qualifying. Now Jack. Let's see if Jack can answer his teammate. 24-8 in Sector 1. Let's see what Scyther had in his first fastest lap. 24-7, so he's only a 10th down in Sector 1. So Jack a 10th down in Sector 1. See what he's capable of doing as we get to Sector 2. $101.4 total for Sector 2. So 36.6 for there. 36.5. So Jack a 10th up in Sector 2. So these two pretty much identical in the reverse kind of way. Are they going to be close to equal as it comes around the final corner? No, we're going to see a 30s. Oh, 0.03 of a second. Jack just misses. So 0.03 of a second. Jack misses pole for right now, but he has one more lap to do to have an answer. As everyone is flying through to get some times in. He's just slightly up in Sector 1, so he's really gonna have to push the extreme limits of that Red Bull to get himself into the top of the board. I mean, to be honest, if I'm a real betting man, I'm gonna put my money on Scyther. I think Scyther has the capability to do it. I think he's got the capability to get himself on pole. He's got the capabilities. I mean, Jack in Sector 2, he's only gained 7 milliseconds in Sector 2, and he's invalidated. No. That is it. Jack is done. Had he not invalidated, he could have gotten pole by at least maybe a 10th. Jack. Literally turn 15 screwed him. Jack screwed by turn 15. That is extremely unfortunate. And qualifying is done, and TB not going to be able to set a lap. So TB unsuccessful with a lap. He'll start P9. Here comes Depth. Now, if he didn't invalidate 32.3, that would still put him P6. And Bourbon P3. Oh, wait, no, TB did get in there. 4th place, Paulo P5. Ads ain't gonna answer. The Chiller. Well, Luke invalidated. There goes the Chiller, and oh, nope, never mind. The Chiller's wrecked. And Scyther puts the exclamation point solid. 30.5. Scyther is pole position as the Chiller just destroys the front of that car. So, Luke couldn't set a time. He is going to be starting 9th. And Depth Knights, by the way, P8 on debut. Not a bad time, to say the least. So there it is, Scyther on pole, Jack second, Red Bull 1-2. So, we will be ready to go into the race, and we're going to have some fun. today's event. So, it is Scyther who's going to be starting on pole, and he's got Jack alongside his teammate to make it a Red Bull front row. Then it is the AlphaTauri of Bourbon, and he's got TB to McLaren for company. Polo sitting P5, he's got FRA ads with him in P6. Then is Polo got his teammate the Chiller P8, and he's got Depth Knights in P8. Then row 5 it is Luke, who was unable to set a time, and Leighton making up P10. That is Egg in the Alpine P11. Then Owen P12. That is a Haas. That is an all Haas, row 7 with DPT Alfie and Dasher, make it up 13 and 14. Brad 3C is P15, and he's got Maxwell alongside. He's got Maxwell alongside him for company, as someone has spun out. That is Red Fire, by the way. Stenner P17 and Red Fire P18. Then J&T and Sam Steed making an Alfa Romeo back row. So 28 laps is the distance, and let's look at the tires here. Scyther going odd with the hard compound tire. Jack, TB, Polygod, Owen, Brad, Maxwell, and Sam on the soft tires. Everyone else on the hard. So 28 laps the distance. As the field will get ready to get this show on the road. So we're just waiting on Sam to get into place. And here we go. 5 lights should come on very soon. Hopefully. And TB broke the lobby. And we can't go until TB leaves. There we go, the 5 lights come on. And off we go for the US Grand Prix, and Scyther gets a horrible start. But TB gets a phenomenal start, and Ads goes up and around, and we have a big mess as a huge dust cloud flies over into there, and here goes, and we just got lots of chaos all over the place as just dust bowl and the dust bowl goes flying about. And, well, we have issues all over the place as multiple cars are just filing all over the place, trying to get into some positions here at least. Here comes Maxwell all over Depth Knights to try to get into P11. Scyther trying to recover after a horrible start was P6. Nope, he's all over the place. Those hard tires are not waking up. Those hard tires are not waking up at all. Multiple cars are just fighting over for position, and yeah, just chaos and mayhem all over the place as Maxwell sends it down the inside, gets past Depth Knights to get into P11. Now up against Owen in the Williams to get into the last points position as Owen, a little argy-bargy with Maxwell there. Good lord there. but Maxwell should easily get clear of Owen, and he does. Maxwell to P10 after starting pretty much P16. But Jack winds up taking the lead, so it is Jack, Bourbon, Jack, TB, Bourbon, Luke, Scyther, Paulo, DeChiller, Ads, Leighton, and Maxwell. It's actually Maxwell and Burt and Paulo fighting for P5. I mean, literally, Scyther, what was he thinking going onto the hard compound tires? He knew those tires weren't going to wake up, and he has lost so many positions. I mean, literally, starting on pole, he's already down into P6. And Jack, by the way, pulls off a nice gap to TB. And Dasher has crashed in turn 10, and a VSC has been triggered. So Dasher, first one out of the event. So we only lasted about a lap and a half. I do wonder what these guys are doing. So this should be interesting, to say the least. So anyway, so Jack, 2.2 seconds clear of TB. So I do wonder how Jack will fare in this race. And here we go, back underway, and DRS back enabled, and Ads comes out wrong in the restart. Gets passed by both Mercedes, and Maxwell gets ahead of Leighton to get himself into P8. Currently out at the start. Now we do want to mention the two cars that wrecked in turn 1. It was Red Fire and Stenner that wrecked on the opening lap in turn 1. Stenner came out worse for wear. He had to pit for a new set of tires and a new wing. So now, here we go, and Maxwell, as we're on board with Leighton, clears the chiller for P7. Maxwell on the hunt, to say the least. I mean, literally, Maxwell started all the way back in P16. He is already on Scyther's tail for P6. Now, Maxwell didn't get points in last week's race. And Maxwell, by the way, can we just mention, he is 9th in the Drivers' Championship with 88 points. Well, at least some good points will at least help him out as Leighton dives it down the inside, as Maxwell clears Scyther for P6, and the Chiller caught by surprise on Leighton's attack. But Leighton backed out in the middle of the corner. Now here goes Leighton on the hunt against the Chiller. This is going to be a massive DRS train, to say the least, starting with Bourbon, by the way, and it goes all the way back to Ads in P10. I mean, look at this train of cars right here. Vroom, 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 vroom. You can say that there. As actually Paulo just breaks away from the train. So does Luke. Luke up into P3, and look who's going to be following with him. Here comes Maxwell. He's looking to get himself into P4, and he slams the door on Bourbon. And Maxwell gained 12 positions in 4 laps. Wow. Maxwell is coming to life here, to say the least. Scyther, by the way, hanging in the mediocre zone of P7. I mean, those hards are not really coming to life. And I'm thinking, probably Maxwell may be thinking, what the heck am I doing? Why am I on these hards? As Maxwell actually just makes it 13 spots. He's cleared Luke. A little further back, Scyther battling with Layton for P7, and the Chiller battling with Eds for P9. So we're on board with Scyther, by the way. Is maybe are these hearts coming to life yet, or maybe not? But Scyther having a mediocre event, to say the least, right now. And currently, at the way of these positions as they sit, he's still going to be sitting second in the standings. TB, by the way, who's sitting in... TB, who's sitting in second right now, should be getting himself into a challenge for Scyther for P2 in the championship, as Polo clears Bourbon, gets himself into P5. There's my point standings here. Currently at this present time, TB will go to 171 at the present time. Luke will go to 185. And Scyther, who's only getting 6, is only going to go to 173. So, TB at this present time is going to be 2 points behind. It's going to be 2 points behind TB, as he just shot his way underneath Bourbon, but overshot the breaking point. But now here comes Luke, by the way, on the hunt against Paulo to try to get P4 back. Polo up into P4. Luke loses to P4. 83 right now. Center and G&T join the 3-second penalty clubs. Now, will these two Alpha Tauris move over and let Scyther through? Here comes Scyther alongside Bourbon to get himself up into P6. And here comes Layton, also on the brakes as well, late on the brakes, and he gets into P7 against Bourbon. So Layton holding his own right now, started P10, sitting P7 right now. Now Maxwell, we want to note, almost 2 seconds behind TB, and that gap is closing. I mean, bear in mind, and these two are both on the soft tires. And now, here comes Scyther. Will he get past Luke? And here he goes. Yes, he can. Can he hold it, though? Yes, he does. Scyther up into P5, but Luke actually thought about fighting back. Now Scyther goes up to 177 now. Luke goes to 181. So Scyther provisionally still second in the standings, but is only 4 points behind Luke. Literally, a lot of these points are crucial, to say the least, and looks like we have a problem. That is in turn 10. That is Owen around. Looks like he was battling with Egg for P12, so I'm not sure what happened there, as actually we just missed this piece. Polo passed by Scyther. I think those hards have finally started a fire. Scyther finally has those tires fired up, to say the least. Now he's up into P4, now 2 points behind Luke. now Luke is going to be under pressure against Layton, as Layton's starting to try to catch up. DeChilla joins the 3-second penalty club. Why am I not surprised? That guy loves exceeding track limits during qualifying. So why not join the 3-second penalty club for track limits? Looks like J&T has had a problem on the main straight. Let's take a look. Yeah, he does. He's around, and he has no wings, so he's gonna have to limp it all the way back to the pits. And the marshals just waiting on Stenner to get through, and it looks like the group 2 marshals are gonna come out. Yeah, they're coming out onto the track quickly to try to get that wing that used to be J&T on J&T's car off the track. Oh, and we are back on the green now. Track is now cleared. The wing is gone. And Luke up against Polo, and adds battling Bourbon. That is P5 and P8 fighting it up. Here's Luke again on Polo. Polo putting up a hard fight. And mamma mia, a little bump on the back by Luke to Polo. He says, I'm not happy about that. Way further back in turn 12, Brad and Sam Steed battling for P15. And Polo just sneaks P5 back. Meanwhile, while they're still fighting, I think Layton is starting to catch up just slightly to Luke and Polo. And Sam Steed now in the penalty club. And look at this fight now. A little further up in P2. Maxwell has caught TB. So Maxwell has caught TB. J&T is slow in turn 17. Well, this is going to be good. This is a battle for P2 right now. McLaren and Mercedes battling it out to try to get P2 honors in the constructors. Maxwell trying to make amends for all that bad luck he's had over the last couple of months. He is up into P2. And J&T has gone into the pits, and they have been told to retire the car. So J&T is out of the event, and Luke just gets P5 back from Polo. So now the fun part is going to be Polo's thinking of a new strategy to see if he can get clear of Luke, but he's got Layton to worry about now. Layton has been really firing on all cylinders lately. I mean, Red Fire was going to be in the other Mercedes. Layton was going to be in Aston, but after talk, they decided to do a last-minute switch, and let's see if it works. Layton's in has had history of having issues, but so far on our end, 99 laps in, so far his connection is looking pretty decent. Is looking pretty okay. Polo's, on the other hand, not playing nice. And Layton now in the 3-second penalty club. That's not what Mercedes wants. And Depp Knights joins the penalty club too. So those S's in Sector 1 really can throw you off your game. It can cause penalties. But now, Polo losing track of Luke. Now loses slip on the slipstream. Layton, very brave on the inside, very late in the braking. And Polo fighting back. Layton putting in a little squeezing 14. And Layton is up in the P6. But, gets loose out of 15, but keeps it together. Looks like someone's gone onto the pits. That is Maxwell. Maxwell has gone in. So Maxwell has decided to take a chance to pit. Off comes little sauce onto the medium compound tire. Question is, can those medium tires last the rest of the race? So now the question is, how will Scyther and TB respond to that decision? Well, here comes Maxwell back out on track. He's going to come out ahead of Red Fire in P12. Now, Jack should have a comfortable field there. And oh, trouble! That is Leighton in the wall in turn number... That is Leighton around in turn number... Looks like 5. Now, is he damaged in any way? I don't see any damage on Leighton's car, but Leighton was in I believe was in P6 at the time of Maxwell's pit. Now falls down to P13. Now Bourbon dealing with Paulo. Paulo cutting the corner of turn 12 to try to fight that spot back in with Bourbon. Paulo having a little issue with Bourbon, to say the least. And Polo's up in the is down in P7 now. Bourbon up to P6. FRA adds, by the way, up in P5. Let's see what adds, by the way. This is only his second outing in the McLaren F1, and TB has gone in. TB has responded to Maxwell. And he has gone off those softs onto the mediums. Question is, can he get out ahead of Maxwell? And that answer is, well, no. Maxwell, with a little help from Depth Knights, his sister academy teammate, and Maxwell's up in the P5. TB is going to come out ahead of Red Fire in P10. But the question is, so we know Jack is going to be safe against. We know Jack is going to be safe if he pitted now. And in the penalty box. And Maxwell should be. Jack should definitely be safe. Scyther might have a little issue, but can he get ahead of TB? But don't forget though, Scyther is on the hard compound, so he'll be on track for a long while. So Scyther going for a medium, a hard to soft strategy. And speaking of the leader, Jack is in. So Jack is coming into the pits now to get rid of those soft compound tire. Onto the mediums he comes. And Scyther will inherit the lead. Luke will take second. FRA ads will be third. Bourbon 4, the Chiller 5. Jack comes out P6. And he is got a slightly comfortable gap. 2.7 seconds ahead of Maxwell. But Maxwell has those tires alive. He had these tires on for 2 laps. So Jack with fresh new ones. It's gonna be a lap before those tires come to life. Meanwhile, looks like we're gonna have one fight coming into play. Actually, another fight. We have TB against Egg up into the hairpin of turn 11. And TB makes quick work of Egg to take P9. Now he's got Depth Knights to deal with in P8. Depth Knights just moving out of the way to let TB through, then comes back in to cover Egg off. So TB up in P9, Depth Knights into P9. With that 3-second penalty, he'll drop in P10. Now Paulo, actually, I just remembered, Paulo did pit, I think. Did Paulo pit? I think he did. Yes, he did. He did pit, same lap as Jack. He's down in P11. So he's just a little bit behind in terms of there. Jack, though, up against the Chiller now for going in for P5, and Alfie has spun out in turn 15 and he has quit the session. Because of it, oh, no wonder why. His car is stuck. His car's beached. Well, I was gonna say, I think this is where probably a reset to track would come into effect to help, but the AI is now back in it and is going. Now we have Paulo up against Egg. Little pumping about by Egg and Polo, but Paulo up into P10 and Jack gets P5, and looks like we have trouble. That is Sam, and that is Stenner in the wall in turn 2, and that triggers a VSC. So now the question is with the VSC, what will these guys do? What will Scyther do? Is he gonna come in? Yes, he is. Scyther is gonna take a gamble. He's gonna come off those hards and is gonna go onto the mediums. So Luke will inherit the lead. Az will take second. See how far Scyther will lose. And Paulo drive through under the VSC. That's not good. Egg is coming in, and Scyther, by the way, falls to P6, but he's close behind Maxwell, so he should get DRS if he gets within 1 second of him. Now that is really unfortunate for Polo, by the way, because of the drive-through he's gonna get, that he's gonna be serving. Well, the plus part is he's only gonna lose one position, and that's gonna be P10 to Red Fire, and we have a lead change. FRA Az just takes the lead from Luke. Now, in regards to RPL as a whole, Az does have one win to his credit. That was a win in F1 Tier 2 last season. Now here comes Jack on the inside against Bourbon, and he is up into P3 now. So Jack up into the podium place. Bourbon and Luke and Az, they've yet to stop. They've yet to do a stop. Let's see, so looking at it, Az is yet to stop. Luke, Bourbon, the Chiller, Depth Knight, Red Fire is actually doing his now. Those are what's left of having to do their stops. So Red Fire in the pit gets a new set of sock compound tire, and he is going to come out still in P11, just ahead of Egg. Now Maxwell actually battling. We're going to have a 3-car fight between Maxwell the Chiller and Scyther. Scyther on the newer tire up against Maxwell, but Maxwell answers and gets P5, but here comes Scyther on a very aggressive attack, and Scyther gets it back. And Jack just takes the lead in turn 16, but Az may respond once they come around the last corner. DRS will come into play. So Az with the DRS to see if he can do some magic here, and no, too far away. He is too far away to do so. Scyther up against Bourbon to get himself into P4. Can he do it as he goes around on the inside? And he does it. Scyther up into... And he is up into P4. Alright, so as we're looking about, it looks like a few people have gone into the pits. Az has gone into the pits. Bourbon, the Chiller have gone in. Paulo served his drive-through. Depth Knights is in. So Az coming out P6, Bourbon P7. Paulo serving his drive-through P9. The Chiller P8. Red Fire up into P10. Depth Knights into P11. And Polo is wrecked, and that's going to bring a safety car. Polo wrecks in turn 10. There it is. So very, very unfortunate. Polo is out. That's not good. This is going to change everything now. That means a lot of these guys are going to come in. Here comes Jack now. Scyther's in. Everyone's coming in. And yeah, everybody's coming in. And slight double stack on the part of Red Bull. And oh man. Luke gets just ahead of Scyther. And actually, Az has opted to stay out. He's up into P4 now. And Lane, speeding in the pits. Looks like Owens opted to stay out. And, well, we just saw it again. Luke. Well, looks like Scyther has overtaken Luke under the safety car. He's going to be told to get the position back. Oh, safety car is in. So, 8-lap dash to the finish. Jack, Scyther, Luke. Let's see. And Maxwell has wrecked on the restart. Wow. Maxwell in the top 10, now out of the points, chokes it. And so is Red Fire, he's choked it. So we're back on our way, and multiple people getting yellow flags for passing Maxwell. Yeah, look at this. Egg Brad got 5-second penalties for passing Maxwell. What a mess that is. So Maxwell was in contention for points, now out of it. That's like the 4th race that he's done that. And it looks like Owen is wrecked. Owen spun it in turn 11. But we have a lead change now. Scyther in the lead. Yes, he is. Yes, he does. He's up in there. No one's losing multiple positions. So Scyther in the lead. Jack second. Luke is in third. Ad's trying to catch up to get himself in the P3. For the McLaren car. Bourbon sitting 4, TB 5, and it's just a mess of people with lots of penalties. So I do wonder how P7 is gonna be. Like P7 all the way down to P12 are all penalties except Maxwell. Well, this is gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna look. Anyways, Ad's trying his best to see if he can try to at least catch up into there. And Leighton, now 3-second penalty. So Ad's up into P4. Still P4. TB up against Bourbon right now. Looking at the point standings right now, we're going to have looks like a new leader by looks of it. Who has the fastest lap right now? Scyther right now. So he's got 26 points. That will put him to 193. Luke will go to second with 188. This is going to be really interesting to say the least. Egg now in the 3-second penalty area. Looks like Maxwell up against Egg now. This is for the P10, and it looks like Egg just puts the brakes on Maxwell. Maxwell trying to get by to get himself into the final point position, and he does, but gets a 3-second penalty for doing that. Jeez. I think literally all the like 6 people all have penalties. That looks like we still have yeah, it's really buggy because literally it says it's green, like turn 11, it says it's green, now it says it's yellow, now it says it's green again. Like literally, this is really gonna hurt overtaking opportunities in this area because Glitchmaster exists. I think it's because of that AI car of Alfie. That's probably why. Or it could be Owen. I'm not sure. But anyways, 4 to go in this race once they come across the line. And Scyther, 4-second lead over Jack and it's growing. And Bourbon, by the way, has just got himself in, lost P5 to TB. Layton trying to fight the Chiller for P8. Maxwell trying to go after Depth Knight for P9. Now there's Layton. Is he gonna make an attack? Perhaps, maybe not. I don't think that's gonna happen. But anyways, here comes Maxwell. And by the way, Polygon getting the drive-through. He actually submitted a clip where his delta, when we went back to green, was almost 200ths in the green, but he still got a drive-through for it. So that's going to be very interesting to say the least, but Maxwell thinking about making a move. In turn there, and nothing to say the least. Well, Stenner is lapped. Looks like Owen has been DQ'd from the race. Maybe, I don't know. Or this race is really bugged. Maybe, no, never mind. It's just really bugged. That's what it looks like. This race is really bugged, to say the least. Like, literally, turn 11 still saying there's yellow, but there's nothing going on. Like, literally, it changes from there being yellow in Sector 2, now there's nothing, now it's green, now it's saying it's green, now it's saying it's yellow. Like, literally, this track is so bugged. Ads, by the way, is trying to at least go for P3 against Luke. And Bourbon losing some ground, I guess overshot, and now loses P6 to Layton. But Layton will lose P6 anyways because of the penalty he's got. And where Owen spun out, there's a yellow flag there. So literally, the main straight in turn 11 just keeps putting on a show of it being green flag, yellow flag. It just cannot make up its freaking mind. And FRA ads just getting really annoyed. I think getting really annoyed going up against Luke, but still just can't get anywhere, to say the least. Unless we can see this helicopter cam as literally, like said, turn 11 and the main straight just constantly changing from it being yellow flag to green flag to yellow flag to green. Like, literally, it's really putting a big hampering on this. Now apparently there's a yellow flag all over the track. Yeah, literally, this is so bugged. I mean, this is not really funny at all. I mean, it's really going to ruin a chance of this. But anyways, here's Maxwell up against the Chiller for P8. It looks like we had trouble. That's Owen around in P... Yeah, literally, I don't even know what's going on. Like, literally, it just showed Owen in P13. They just glitched him down to P to there. And it looks like we have multiple fights. And, oh, Jack and FRE adds a spun. Wow. And Layton shoves his way in against TB and takes P5. But Layton only has just 6 seconds of penalty, so this is going to be unique to say the least. Egg up against Depth. Depth, by the way. And he's up in the P10 as we enter the final lap of the event. Here's Maxwell up against Bourbon. Gets himself in the P8. Well, this is going to be very unique. We just had trauma and intense racing all the way around, and literally everyone is just like there's yellow flags everywhere in this track. But as these guys are working their way through the last few corners, and the AI Alfie just got DQ'd. That's really funny. But anyways, there's Luke. Let's jack through for P2 as see if he can at least muscle his way to try to get that last place there. But as we go forward, as he is coming around the last couple of corners, he had a strategy backfire early on, but he managed to recover and has done it. We have a new championship leader. Scyther wins in Coda. So Scyther will win in Coda. Jack P2, Luke P3. It is a Honda podium as everything is this game fluctuated. Effery adds his fourth, TB5, Bourbon 6, Maxwell 7, Layton 8, the Chiller 9, Depth Knight on his debut, P10. Well, so this is going to be really good. So let's get Scyther in to a call so we can get we can have a talk with him. Let's see if we can get Scyther in. So there it is. Scyther, your winner. Jack second. Luke third. Adds 4. TB5. Bourbon 6. Maxwell 7. Layton 8. Show 9. Depth Knight P10. Well, looks like Luke is going to pass on the post-race interview. So let's see if we can try again to get Scyther least. Let's see if we can try. I guess we ain't gonna get a post-race interview. So, well, this will conclude the stream for tonight. And, well, things are gonna be interesting for next week. Wednesday, Equal enters the finale. They'll be racing at Interlagos. F1 Tier 2 will have their finale also at Interlagos. F2 will have their finale at Jeddah, and F1 will be in Mexico for round 19, and the following week, June 25th, is the finale of F1 Season 6 in Sao Paulo. So from RPL Streets, it's Ty and I will say good night, and have a good one.